not own the rights to this music. But y'all know I like to rock it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Freaking baby all night long. I wanna dance tonight. Spend my money tonight. Halo, halo, halo. Diva, yeah, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. All right. This is the UNA Business Law Seminar Summer Session pre-session. All right. Summer season pre-session. All right. We are in our pre-session because we are preparing. We are preparing for the UNA seminar, law seminar. This is in the university. Now, for the, what? Wait a minute. Hold up. All right, y'all know I got to get my halo. Got to get this right. All right. Listen. Welcome. Halo Scott. Halo Dr. Quandini. Hello. Listen. This is the pre-session rather, for the university. Now, tonight, y'all going to be able to join me on Zoom if you want to. So make sure you go ahead and set yourself up in the university if you're already in there. If you haven't given your donation to get into the university, all right, be ready to take notes. You're going to go to divalerie.com. That's D-I-V to the A-L-Y-R-I.com. DIVALYRI.com. Go to divalerie.com and make your donation. You're going to use that first link at the top. You're going to click on that, and the minimum donation is $300 to get into this session. This is chapter 1. We're ending up chapter 1. This is week number 4, but it's the third week in chapter 1. So y'all go and check that out. Go over there and get in there. If you haven't already done your donations, go ahead and get your donations done so we can get you in the university, and you will be able to join us by Zoom today. So we're talking about trust law in the university today in this session number 3. All right, so y'all want to be a part of this. Now, I'm going to break this down for you real quick. Some of you all are not familiar with what's going on, so I want to go ahead and break it down. We're going to break it down so y'all can understand exactly what we're doing and how these seasons are working. This summer season, we've broken it down into chapters so that everybody can get in here and get this information. Now, we're talking about trust law. We're dealing with businesses, all right, establishing yourself, your nation, and your business under trust. Why? Why do you want to do that? Because you don't want to be up under governmental regulations. You don't want the government interfering with your business, with your children, with your nation, or anything else that you have going on. So you really want to get this information down. Let me go because I want y'all to see how we've broken this season down. That way you can be, Halo Ashe, Amanda. All right, so I want to show you how we've broken this down so that you can see exactly what we're doing. Let's break it down. Okay, here we go. Let me flip the rig. Yes, go divas rig. There we go. Wait a minute. Scooch you over. There we go. All right, so now, so you understand what we're doing. This is a 10-week business law seminar for this summer 2020. 10-week business law seminar, all right? Now, we've done week 1 where we covered overcoming your fear. And we've done weeks 2. So week 2 started chapter 1, all right, which is a 3-week session. And it's dealing with securing your business under trust. So we've done week 2. Which is July 19th. We've done week 3, July 26th. We're in week 4, August 2nd. All right. Chapter 2 starts on August the 16th. All right. This is operating under trust law. This is where we get into understanding exactly what these laws mean. All right. What is a 508 versus a 501? What is an LLC and a C Corp and an S Corp and an Incorporated? All of that. We're going through that in weeks 5, 6, and 7. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all paying attention? Pay attention. All right. Check this out now. Because you'll notice week 4 is August 2nd, which is today. And then we start back up on week 5 in August 16th. There's a week's break. I'm going on vacation. All right. So weeks 5, 6, and 7, that's going to deal with operating under trust law. And then chapter 3 deals with networking and manifesting. We're going to manifest some stuff in this session. We want you to see how these laws work. All right. Week 9, week 10. All right. Starting September the 6th, September the 13th, and September the 20th. Those are the dates for that. Y'all, if you haven't already joined, you want to join, go and go to divalyri.com. DIV to the ALYRI.com. All right, and put your donation in. Minimum donation of $300 for each of those chapters. We want y'all to be a part of it because this is very important. A lot of people have been coming to me about wanting to acquire property, wanting to do other things on higher levels. And it's like you have to understand these basics. Once you get these basics, then everything else follows these basics. So I told y'all about the 3 documentations that we're going to need in order to do all of this. Declaration, security agreement, UCC. Y'all got to know that. You got to know how to use them and why they're important. You can't just have them now. I've been telling y'all this. Paperwork is not what frees you. Knowledge of the mind and knowledge of who you are is what frees you. You are a sovereign. When y'all get into this stuff, you're talking about being a sovereign. If you're talking about being a sovereign, you must have some principles in order. You got to know how to govern self, all right? So y'all want to please get in on this. And now I do these sessions, these pre-sessions, because, again, everything that I put up, there's remedy in it. But this is the real information right here. All of that is very important, but this is the real information. I hope y'all get it because we're talking about these esoteric laws. Kenneduchinishinichine is in the house. And so y'all got to understand these laws because once you understand the highest of laws, universal laws, natural laws, laws of maximum, then everything else falls into order. I'm going to talk about that today. Today's pre-session is dealing with natural law. All right, natural law. Once again, if you haven't made your donation already, go to divalyri.com, DIV to the ALYRI.com. All right, and make your donation. It's a minimum of $300. Y'all go ahead and donation. This is a donation. Go ahead and do that. Put that in now so we can get you into the university. We have Zoom set up. We're going to send you the link to that as well. Make sure you send a confirmation to UNA America, and we're going to get you into the room. Not only the Facebook room, but we've got the Zoom room as well. We got both of them up. You can watch it from whichever one you want. We're ready to get this started. Halo, halo, halo. Diva, let's do this thing. Now, today I'm talking to you about natural law. I had somebody to say to me, well, Diva, you talk about all the laws. You talk about universal law. You talk about laws of maximum, which is God's law. But you don't talk about natural law, which I do talk about natural law all the time. But let me pull this up because what we're talking about today, what is my laws? Because I want y'all to see these laws. The hierarchy of laws. This is a chart that once you understand this chart, this is where your freedom begins. All right. You all want freedom. You got to understand this chart. All right. And I'm going to put it up. It's called the hierarchy of law. Now you can go to UNA Republic, unarepublic.com /docs, DOCS, unarepublic.com /docs, DOCS. All right. And you will find the hierarchy of law chart there. Now, let me go over it because y'all need to know some things about this hierarchy of law chart. For those of you who've never seen it, I'm ready to pull the rig on you. Go, divas, rig. Right. This is the hierarchy of law chart. Now, talk about the universal laws. Universal laws, they deal with energies that you put out. So whatever energy you put out must come back. That's the main principle of universal laws. Then we have natural laws that deal with the way objects manifest in this third dimension. All right. And the problem is with natural laws, we are not respecting objects that are manifesting in this third dimension. Then we deal with the laws of maxim, which are God's laws. Y'all got to get these because these laws are respected by every court on the planet. When you know how to stand on these laws, laws of maxim, natural laws, universal laws, you standing high. You are well protected when you understand those. So we've got to get into understanding who we are, what the laws are, what our powers are, and then we're going to learn how to walk like the gods that we are. Now, I need to tell y'all something. We're talking about today natural laws. Why are natural laws important? Now, the things that I'm going to be talking about today, they all tie in. Natural laws, universal laws, as is above, so is below. We're going to be doing some of that so you can understand how this game is working and what you need to do to get yourself in order in these times, so that you're going to come out okay. You're going to come out better than okay. All right. So now when we deal with this, we're talking about natural law. Now, natural law, once again, deals with the ways that objects manifest in this third dimension. So what am I talking about? One of the things about natural laws, because I talk about this all the time, I just don't reference it as the natural law. But when I say that we live in abundance, what I'm telling you is that nature and how nature works. Nature operates in abundance. And because we have forgotten the natural laws, we're so focused on these backwards laws in this matrix, we've forgotten about the natural laws. We forget where the power is. We forget that nature is the one that holds the power. So let me show you something. What do I mean when I say we live in abundance? Because we've been taught to hoard. We've been taught that, you don't have enough, stock up and stack up and don't give to people who are this way and don't. Okay, we need to understand some things. And I'm going to show you how nature works. All right. So let me see. I want to find my because some of y'all love visual aids and so do I. So I'm going to show you all this. All right. Now, when we're talking about natural law, I need y'all to watch this now. This is how nature works. Let me show you. Right, this is how nature works. Nature says you plant one seed. All right. When you plant one seed, you're going to get many back. Watch this now. This is one of my favorite objects. So when you plant one seed, you're going to get many back. This is how this works. All right. Right there. That comes from one seed right there. We're talking about hundreds of seeds from one. Important. Why is that important, Diva? One cantaloupe seed, when you plant it, you get many back. It's important because we have to understand that everything is a seed. When we're talking about a dollar bill, a Federal Reserve note, your Federal Reserve note is a seed that you're planting into the universe. When you put the right energy behind that seed, the universe must return it to you. This is, look, I mean, I can't make it no clearer than this. That comes from that. There's visual aid right there. That one seed yields, and this is how nature works. There is nothing convoluted about it. It's not difficult to understand that. So when you and a lot of you all have seen this when you're putting your money out, when you're on the corner and you saw this guy, or you saw this guy when you stopped at the stoplight and you gave him some money and you didn't think anything about it, and then the next thing you know, something kind came back to you. Well, that's what we're talking about. That's what they call it karma, but it is a universal principle where when you give, it must come back to you. All right. And so today I'm just talking about understanding the natural laws. We live in abundance. How do you get to living like that? You change your mind. You got to know these laws, and then you have to start applying them. So when we're talking about paying for things, because I get people, and I started these sessions and they were free. And, where I wasn't charging anything. I'm still not charging. It's a donation. But the thing is, you all have to get into the habit of investing in yourself. And so when I give this information out, people would poop on it. They wouldn't show any respect for it. And so then it got to the point where the people who were paying, they showed more appreciation for it. And I hate it has to be that way, but that's how it is, because you can't receive anything for free, because nothing is free. What am I talking about? People say, oh, well, you got the information free. Let me tell you something. Nobody gets anything free, because we have to sit down. Once we get the information, you got to get the information in first. That takes time. And then you have to sit down and you got to process that information. Again, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. So when I'm sitting down and I'm processing this information and I'm trying to wrap my mind around, and you are, and anybody else who has told you the information, they've paid. They didn't get it for free. And people don't recognize that time that you pay, that's real energy. That's real energy. That's more valuable than your Federal Reserve note. So when they sit down and they process this information, they got to pay attention. That's one way you pay. Because I'll talk about the 3 ways to pay. That's one way. You're paying attention. Now, when I get people who come to me and they say, hey, Diva, I want to do this in return for this information. All right. That's another way to pay. It could be with a bartering. It doesn't matter. It could be with your energies. It could be with your time that's spent giving. That's another way to pay. You're paying with your masculine energy. Okay. Your feminine energy, sitting down paying attention. Your masculine energy, where you're doing things. All right. Then you got your Federal Reserve notes, which Federal Reserve notes are just energy. It's all a seed. It's energy. All right. So you can pay with your Federal Reserve notes, but you're going to pay either way. So if you're thinking you're just going to get it for free, and like people, I've had people, they do the little $1. That's fine. Where you come in and you do $1 and you send that as a donation. Cool. You're going to get you $1 of remedy. That's what you're going to get. And then you're going to be pissed off. Oh, it don't work and it don't. No. You've got to pay. The universe cannot give you this unless you are willing to invest in yourself. I've talked about this before, but I want to go into something that we're not understanding. The way that nature works is not just on this 3-dimensional level. So I talk about, the esoteric information that we don't get. On this 3-dimensional level, we're not recognizing that there are molecules, this molecular structure, everything that makes us up. On a molecular level, we're talking about the mitochondria. All right. I need to go into this because, as I said, we live in abundance, and the things that we do on this level are done on a cellular level as well. When you get down into by the way, I did a video called Reincarnation, where I really go deep into the mitochondria and what is going on a cellular level. Go and check that out, because I'm really getting deep into as is above, so is below. And then we get to understand what's really going on. You get down to the cellular level. There's a post office there. There's all kind of translations going on, all kind of payments going on. There's transit where things are being delivered on a cellular level. It's the same thing you see here in this dimension, you see on a cellular level in all of your cells. So when I talk about paying, We're talking about the mitochondria. That's the one who makes everything that you see in this dimension. Everything got to come through her and her matrix. What is a matrix? Tricks, when you break it down. Mother tricks or trickery or something that is not really real. Matrix means womb. In this instance, everything goes through her. What am I saying? When y'all start understanding this molecular level, you're going to get it. Because when we're talking about the mitochondria, everything, I don't care if you're talking about glass or wood or plastic or your flesh, it's got to go through her matrix in order to come into this dimension. It's got to go through her in order to come into this dimension. Why am I talking about this? Because anytime you're talking about the mitochondria, she provides all of the energy. If something is moving, listen, the lightning don't flash, the fish don't move, you don't bat your eyelash without the energy coming from the mitochondria. Now you got to understand, on a cellular level, she has to be paid in order to provide you the energy that you need to move. What is she putting out? What kind of energy? Some of y'all know this term. You might want to write it down. Go look it up. It's called adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. I actually go into that on the video that I did about reincarnation. Why this is important. Y'all need to pay attention. Because one of the things I talk about with the mitochondria is that she's going to put out, or she's going to be paid way less, about, 2 adenosine triphosphate to produce a whole bunch more. Again, when you give to her, she's going to give you a whole lot more in return. Y'all ain't following me. As is above, so is below. On a molecular level, we live in abundance. The cells they living in abundance. They give her 2 and she give them about 36 and then some. They give her 2 adenosine triphosphates and she gives them a whole bunch more. That is how all energy works. When you put it out, it must come back many times over. That's the same way when you're talking about a Federal Reserve note. When you put it out, it must come back many times over. So if you're wanting to receive, that's why I tell people, hey, how much do I need to donate, Diva? How much do you want to receive back? Donate and watch it come back many times over. Donate. Join the group, because all of the business people in there, they're seeing the return. All of the people who were in our sessions previously, spring season, they see the return. And so if you're really wanting to get this information down, and you really need it, when we're talking about trust law, if you're talking about purchasing a home and all of that, you're going to need the information. So I'm just encouraging you, invest in yourself. Even if you don't do it with me, do it with somebody. Don't live in scarcity and hoarding. Oh, I don't got the money. Listen, if you're not, I know what's going on with you by what you say. If you telling me, oh, I'm broken, I'm poor, well, you just told me what you've been putting out. You broken, you poor because of your mentality. Yeah, I said it, and I meant it. You're broken, you're poor because your mentality. Change your mind. Your universe has no choice but to change around what you say. If you are living in abundance, the universe is going to react in that way. When you know it and you act like it, when you want to plant seeds, or when you want to receive rather, then you need to plant the seeds. So if you're wanting to receive information and you're thinking it's all about, oh, I'm going to get it free and I'm supposed to get, well then, okay. But you need to understand you don't get anything free. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay time. So why join the seminar? I always talk about this. I need y'all to understand what we do in our seminar. Our seminar, number one, there because I want to be there for people in the way that I didn't have. When I was studying this information, I didn't have somebody there to help me, to guide me when I had questions. And so it took me longer. It took me longer to make a move or to take a step because I didn't know. And I was nervous, and I needed to search for the information. I had to pay. And so I'm there to make sure that I walk you through it. We there to walk through it. We ain't just talking about it. That's why I said I need you to have a business. I want you to have a business. Why? Because we're dealing with people who are moving towards their paradise. We're not doing all this fighting anymore and, oh, this one that did this. No, if you moving towards your paradise, that's who I want to talk to. And most of those people are business-minded people. So when you come in here, we're going to show you how to get your business in order. To the point where when you, even if you have a brick and mortar business, there's no governmental agency coming in there telling you, oh, but you got to put this sign up, or you got to do this, and we're going to shut you down. No, you're not, because I'm under trust. You can't touch anything here. This is under my nation. This is under my constitution. This is under my laws. You don't have authority here because I am sovereign. I operate under God's law, or whatever law you want to put in place. It's your law. So when we're dealing with businesses as they come in, because we have a different set, dealing with moving towards our paradise. And so when you're talking about doing all of that, you've got to understand the highest of laws. You got to realize what we're doing. We're coming out of bondage. Some of y'all not realizing that. You're coming out of bondage. And when you come out of bondage, you are operating when you're in bondage. You got to have a different mindset. You got to have a higher a mentality. Why? And I talked about this the other day. It's like when we talk about this biblical stories that some of y'all hate to talk about. But I mean, we can use it as an allegory. We can use it as an allegory. When those people were coming out of there, some of them lost their life when they got into the wilderness because they didn't know how to act. When you are sovereign, you got to understand the laws. You still are under laws, universal laws. But when you know how to operate under those, then the world comes to you. The world opens up to you. So you got to understand, again, on this level, everything comes from the universal laws. Everything starts, universal laws, natural laws. We live in abundance. And when you understand that, it doesn't matter what currency we're working on. Again, it doesn't matter if we're on big currency or a Bitcoin currency or digital currency or Federal Reserve notes or somebody else's notes. It all comes from universal laws. And when you learn to understand this, that this is where the universal laws is where we operate, then nothing else they do out here is going to affect you, because you're going to know how to get your currency regardless of what's going on. You're going to know how to get your currency regardless of what's going on, because you're going to know that you live in abundance. You live in abundance. And this is not just on this level. This is on a molecular level as well. So if it's on a molecular level, it's on this level, it's on a macro level. Get the universal laws down and nobody's going to be able to touch you. Nobody's going to be able to take your currency away from you. You're going to be able to hold on to it. So why am I saying that? Because a lot of us want to, let me get my paperwork. And let me get your paperwork is not going to help you maintain your currency. If you don't know how to operate, you get a house. A lot of y'all talking about buying property. If you don't know how to stand, you're not going to be able to keep it. You can't keep it. So that's why it's important to come into these sessions to learn what's going on. Again, the other reason why I do this session is because there are people out there who have never heard of this information. And I want to make sure that I'm there to help them, introduce them to it, rather. I want to introduce them to it. They're just now hearing this. I'm here for you. Now you can get in the session, learn what it's all about, so you can move to the next level and prepare yourself for what's coming and going on in this society. Understand that this society still operates under universal law. It must be operating from here. Anything that you're looking at or dealing with operates from universal law. Once you get that, then all of these lower laws, the trust agreement, UCCs, even these code statutes and ordinances, you know how to deal with those. And you're going to see people treat you differently. I got a brother here today. He talks about how people treat him differently. That's because he applies the laws. You're gonna not get blocked when you start applying the laws. What am I talking about? When you going and you're trying to get your registered mail labels, and you're trying to get your stamps, and you're trying to file your documents, and people are getting blocked. Well, when you start applying the laws, a lot of that goes away. Things start. Now, the other thing is everything is about exchange. I need y'all to understand that everything is a contract. So when, again, when you're putting out your Federal Reserve notes, and you're doing it because you love it, you're happy. You're happy to do it because this is you investing in yourself. The universe, you're contracting with the universe to send it back to you with that same energy. Love. So make sure you're wanting to invest in yourself. That's what this is all about, investing in yourself. All right, so that I can give it to you, because the people who come in my session, they receive many times over. And one of the things you're going to find, with your more successful people, you're going to find that those are people who tend to be very, very giving. They tend to be very, very giving. Once again, when you put out, the universe back to you. Here you go. Many times over. That comes from one seed. That comes from one seed. How many seeds you want back? Then that's how many you want to plant. You can't tell me you grow in a garden, or you got some food from a garden. Then I know you planted some seeds. You ain't going to get the food from the garden unless you plant some seeds. All right, well then you're not going to get knowledge from anywhere unless you plant some seeds. What are the seeds? Your energies. Whether it be your Federal Reserve notes, whether it be you putting out some masculine energies to do some work to get something, or whether, you're thinking in your mind. You still got to pay attention. You got to pay. All right. I want y'all to go ahead and go over into the UNA University, because we're about to get started up in the university. Remember, we've got the Zoom room open for you. The Zoom room is ready, and just remember, we want to thank you all for all of your support. We've had a really good season, great season so far, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to take a break once again. Next week we will not be here. We're going to do Divas Court tomorrow, and then I'm going on vacation. All right, and then we'll be back that following Sunday to get started back in the UNA University. This is your time to study, because we've given out a lot of information. Once again, we are ramping up because a lot of us are getting ready to become bankers. A lot of us are getting ready to become bankers. That means you're standing as your own bank. You're not going to get there unless you go through these, not with me, because you've got to understand these laws, this information that I'm putting out in these sessions, especially this summer session. You got to be able to understand that in order to stand as a bank. If you don't understand those things, then you're not going to be able to walk as a bank. What are we talking about? Yeah, we're talking about, getting what you want. We're talking about operating in the private. Some of y'all are still stuck on the Federal Reserve notes. When you understand how to walk as a bank, it's not about the Federal Reserve notes anymore. It's just about what you want. Once again, when you learn how to give, you're not going to be worried about a Federal Reserve note. Everything you want is going to come to you. It's going to jump in your lap. You're not going to have a problem getting it when you learn how to operate under the laws. All right. Let's see if I have any more, any questions. Living in abundance, that's changed my reality and helped me manifest funds to invest in the seminar. Thank you, Ajaya. Ajaya is one of my matriarchs. Ajaya, can I tell your story? Hit me up with a yes if that's okay. That video is brilliant. Which video, Kelvin? Adenosine triphosphate, Scott, is what the mitochondria works off of. Let me tell you something. When I got deep into, what's going on a molecular level. I was having fun because I tell you, when you get down there, you see the highways that they have in your cells, how the mitochondria work. And she puts out adenosine triphosphate. Now, one of the things about the mitochondria is, listen, water, and she's going to put out water or alcohol. I forget the name for the alcohol, but she's either going to put out water or alcohol. If she's got oxygen, then she's going to put out water. Water, which is what all of our bodies need. That's a byproduct of the mitochondria. But she's also, if she doesn't have water, she's going to put out alcohol, which is why you have fermented things. So anything that's fermented, that's the mitochondria working. So whether she's doing it through fungi or whether she's doing it through yeast or whatever, that's the mitochondria where she does not have oxygen. She's producing alcohol. And those are spirits. That's why they call them mineral spirits. So she's going to produce one or the other. So both of them have spirits, like the water, like this, what we're breathing, this air is just a less condensed form of water. All right, that's the mitochondria. She's in everything. And I mean everything. Everything. And it comes through her, and she's in it. So, yeah, adenosine triphosphate. That's what she produces. Let me know if I can tell that story, sis. Thank you, Ashe. Adenosine triphosphate is what we're talking about. Mighty mitochondria. Did you see that? If y'all haven't seen it, go and catch that video that I did on, was it the, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. The video that I did on reincarnation. Go and check that out. That was, that's one of my, my two parts videos. Let's see here. Fruitfully. Thank you, Christ Cipher. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. But listen, once again, I want y'all to go ahead and do your donations. Go to divalarie.com, DIVTheALYRI.com, divalarie.com. Make your donations with that top button. It's a minimum of $300. Go ahead and get in there. We're going to make sure you get all of the sessions sent to you. You're going to be able to, the other thing, you're going to be able to come in there and ask questions. Now, you all know I don't generally do private sessions, and I keep this open so that you all can ask questions. And also, this is the big thing. This is the big thing about being a part of the seminar. You're going to be around other people who are applying this information and this knowledge successfully. Like my sister, Ajaya, you're going to be around other people who are applying it successfully. Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind is who is around you, who is in your circle, who's in your circle. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, y'all got some folks in your circle that are holding you back. And really, when you also look at people who are successful, normally they got other successful people around them. You want to surround yourself with successful people, and that's who is in this seminar, successful people. So if you want to, like I said, if you want to get in this seminar and you want to be around other people who are applying the not people who just talking about it. No, you want to be around people who've done it, who have applied it, and who can tell you, okay, this is what happens when I did this, or this is what happened when somebody else who I know did this. You want to be around people who've applied it, not just talking about it, but who are doing it. All right. I shared with a friend that right before it rains, I start sweating. Immediately after it starts, I stop sweating. I'm a Cap sun, Taurus rising, Venus in Cap, mitochondria connectivity. Clarence, is it Clarice? Clarice. That's interesting that you say about the sweating. We are connected with everything. That's the law, the first law of the universal law. We are connected. We are all one. And we're connected with everything. So, yeah, I would explore that. When you're saying you sweating. Ether, yes, to Maria. I'm gonna tell you about my sister Ajay. One of the things she told me, she was saying, she says to me, you know what? Because I got to share this, Ajay. She says, I wasn't sure how I was going to pay for this seminar. Because basically, because this is what happens. We get in our mind and we're thinking, oh, that's too much. That's too much. But she said, all I know is I just said, I'm going to that seminar. I'm going to be a part of that seminar. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to be a part of that seminar. And she said the next thing she know, all kind of clients start calling her for doula services and this service and that. That is not happenstance. All right. When you put that energy out into the universe and you just say, as a God, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen. And don't worry about how and how much and where you're going to get it. Just say, that's what I want. Again, I always say this, what the universe is giving you a menu. What do you want? She's going to give you whatever you ask for on the menu. Well, she said that I want this seminar. And she's in the seminar. And she told me about how all of these different opportunities start popping up for her because she opened her mind and said, I want it. Again, you live in abundance. That was her paying with her feminine energy. That was her paying with her feminine energy. She just thought it. And then that's what it had to be. Again, remember, a thought is a seed. A thought is a seed. And then when you speak it, that's an even more powerful seed. And go and write it down. And you just gave that seed flesh. Once again, whatever you want, it's yours. You have to just speak it. And so shall it be. Thank you, Kelvin. That's right. I speak, therefore I am. Thank you, Todd. Peace and grand rising to you. All right, so now go and I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Thank you all. For those of you all who are new to this information, you want to be a part of this seminar, especially in these times coming. If you're not sure, how you're going to get through or how to do business, even if you're just wanting business, we're going to do a business startup showing you how to get into business and how to make money in all kind of ways, because it doesn't matter. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, you can always make money. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, you can always make money. What is the saying? The universe will open up doors for you or find a way for you when you're doing what you love. She's going to make room for your gifts is what the saying is. So y'all go ahead and thank you all for joining me. This has been a wonderful, wonderful first chapter. Chapters 2 and 3 are going to be awesome as well. So we got some magic going on. We work in magic, all right? So y'all want to go and join me in the room if you all haven't gotten your seats already in the university. Go to divalaree.com. Make your donation. It's a $300 minimum donation. Make your donation there. And then get into the room and let's get started, because y'all need to know this information so that you can go and apply it in these times that's coming. And once again, the universal laws. I hope y'all got this session. This is where this esoteric information, this is the real information right here. This is the real information, because this is what's going to make sure that when you're going into whatever is coming, whether they shut down or do whatever, everything works off universal laws. Everything's got to fall under here. And if you're up here and you're walking up here and you understand these laws and you're applying them, you're going to get everything you need. You're not going to have any problems. You're not going to be living in hoarding and scarcity and fear and all of that. You're going to be living right. All right. So y'all get ready. Go into the university. I love y'all. I thank you all for joining me. We got a lot more to come. We got some magic we're working here. I love birth work so that the new clients haven't felt like work at all. That's right. And I've been able to share my knowledge about homeschool. I'm happy. So yeah, that's my sister Ajaya, one of the matriarch 13. Yeah, she did a seminar on how to homeschool, and she's a doula. She's got these new clients. She says it doesn't feel like work at all. That's because she enjoys it. She loves it. The universe is going to make room for what you love. So remember that. Keep that in mind. Stay in love in your mind. Just keep love and peace in your mind. everything you want is going to be yours. All right. The universe is giving you what you ask for. If you're focused on peace, that's what she's going to give you. All right. Let's do this. Going into the university. I love y'all. We're going to start up there shortly after 3. But I love y'all. Thank you so much. Diva, I'm going to see y'all on session 4. Those of y'all who don't join me, remember I got a week off, and then we're coming back and we're going to hit it hard. Diva, I'm out. I love y'all. Peace. See you in the university.